15 seconds showing a 48-volt power supply. 15 seconds showing a properly sized little fuse. The little fuse is within 30 centimeters of the Anderson power pole connector. 30 seconds or more showing the inside of the control box. All wiring is neatly laid out. Notably, we do not use any alternating current inside of our control box, and so we do not have to separate it out. This is our on-off, our router, our voltage regulator. It's really just a monitor. And then speaking of monitors, computer monitor. "15 seconds showing that there's no conversion until the ROV. And so here we are going straight to the ROV at 48 volts. And then if we go power ourselves here, you see we just follow through the tether, and there's no actual place ROV side that we can see 48 volts, and that's because we convert outside the tube from this converter and this converter. And because of that, there's no spot where we can actually touch any exposed wire with a multimeter, but there's also no conversion until we reach the ROV. 15 seconds or more showing the topside strain relief. "15 seconds or more showing the bottom side strain relief. Routed. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hello, voiceover Jonah here to take over, and this is our pool run. And so as you can see, we're putting our ROV in the water and preparing to hand it the irrigation system. First, we gotta make sure that all of the air bubbles are dispersed. And so this run was the run where everything came together. It was not the cleanest run on any of our segments, but it all happened together, and so we're going with it. And so here we are, having a good time, tilting forward a little bit. We're still working on our buoyancy and ballast, but that's why we have the syringes to adjust. And so we have more time, and that's exciting. And slowly but surely here, we're going to get it into the box, and I'm pretty sure it's about to flip and be on its side for a second, which looks funky, but we can handle it. And so we're adjusting, we're figuring out where we are, and slowly we're going to level out and knock it pretty nicely into place. It's a little off the edge there, but we'll go deal with that later when we go to adjust this. And it's going to take us a while to actually grab this nozzle, a pretty significant amount of time. And it's very funny because when we first came to the pool previous day, we got this like instantly a couple of different times. And it's funny because just this day it was not happening for us. And we were doing this last because it was so consistent, but then it swapped over and we started doing it first. But life moves on. And so you're going to see a lot of ups and downs. And while we wait for this, I'm going to use this time to sort of talk about like what's going on with our ROV, because that's probably a little more interesting than me narrating a bunch of attempts to right ourselves and fail. So what's new? What are we up to? Firstly, we've connectorized all of our thrusters and our main power. And what's really nice about that is last year it took about an hour to get into our electronics tube on mounting everything and an hour to get back. And now we can do that in under 5 minutes, which is super nice. We can also be a lot more nimble in the water because if you remember last year, we were potentially the tallest ROV at the competition. And this year we are not that. We're probably going to come in somewhere middle of the pack. Which is really nice. We're very slightly wider than last year, but not by much. And so our overall footprint is a lot smaller, which is nice. We also have a vice gripper, which I know does not look fantastic right now, but would be way better in this scenario than our previous parallelogram gripper because you didn't know exactly where it was going to close, so you just couldn't see it. Again, this was working super consistently until the day we had to come in and record our final video, and so it's kind of tough, but eventually we're going to get there, I think pretty soon. And so let's watch in here and see how we're doing. I think on this up right here we managed to go up, grip it, and you'll see we rotate around, and now that's not all the way, and so we go up, I believe, and try and finish our rotation here. And then I think to knock it back in and also to fix it, we go back and give it a little extra twist, which is funny because we just go back in, and in a couple of attempts of lining it up, I believe we get it again. So it's just like, kind of funny. Yeah, I think we got it here. We start going the wrong way, then we go the right way all the way around. And ta-da, we've done it, and we knock it back into place. So we've activated our irrigation system. And now what we're going to go do is we're going to come up to the surface here and grab our smart repeater. And you'll note there's some gray stuff on there, and that's because we had some weird issues with it floating correctly. It's potentially we built it in a strange way or something, but it just would like point up the whole time, and that is just enough weight to keep it down because, again, we would just watch it float up, and we had nothing we can do with a floaty repeater. And so here we're going to make sure, of course, we're communicating here that everything is safe. We're keeping clear communication with the poolside people to ensure that everyone's hands are in safe places for when we do things. And we're going to close around this claw. We seem happy with it, and so we're going to go drop this off. Just super fun. And yeah, we're gonna, I think, do we back into it? It looks like we try some kind of maneuver. We're all over the place tilt wise, but we get to the bottom, we get stable, and we manage to claw our way forward to this square. Not always as easy as it should be, but we're having a good time, and we drop that off and do a little shimmy on out of there on our way to pick up our final piece of the puzzle. And this was because we had sort of built this prop wrong previously, we were having issues with it, but this got a little bit more consistent. At the end here, I might include a couple of extra clips of like this working fast and the other thing working fast, just so you can see like what we were excited to see when we practice our runs and get a sum of best segments. We haven't been able to get as much pool time as we would like, but the pool people have been fantastic in helping us out. We just needed our robot to be ready, so shout out to them. They're super kind. And you know, hopefully we get some more pool time in the month of June and can get practiced on these runs. And here we are coming in, super exciting. And you'll notice we've kind of gripped it in a pretty unintelligent way right now. And so we're going to put it down, take our time. You know we have plenty of time to get this run right. This isn't a race. It's just got to be under 15 minutes. And so we're going to line ourselves up real nice, get on over, and notably our claw extends, and that's going to be super relevant here in getting this in. Because we take a couple tries. Again, our grip on it is not that good because we got that strange grip, but it happens to work this time, which is really nice. And I think it's going to take us a couple tries, but we're going to end up lining it up slowly and surely. I think we may have one failed attempt, and then we'll extend our claw and put it on in there, which is super exciting way to close out a run. You know, definitely isn't pretty, but you know, sometimes what works. Oh yeah, wow. Truly quite a spectacle here. It's on its side, and we have to right it and figure out how to get a proper grip on it. So, you know, some thinking on the fly. It's very fun. Wow, this is a bit of a crazy one. Funny how that happens. But this was the run. It came together, and we got this film, and we're like, we're done. We're out of here. We're qualified properly this time, and super happy to see it. Wow, it's always fun watching this film back and seeing like what must have been going through everyone's head, just this close to being qualified. You know, with the square moving and everything, and then we align it. We're kind of in, and then the claw is extending, and we're not actually fully in here, and we back out disappointingly. We retract our claw, and then you get a really fun video. I was almost hitting it. Oh, it's right there. Please, you know, edge of your seat moment, and then finally, we line it up, we extend. And oh wow, and yeah, we extend on in there. Super exciting. We let go. It's no longer in contact with the ROV. It's stuck to the Velcro on the inside. Yeah, it's at a funny angle, but we got there, and we fly up, and we're done. Woo. All right, if you're a judge at this point, feel free to click off. Your job is done, but I like to look back at these videos, and I hope some people will. For posterity's sake, and also if you're a very interested judge, this is sort of one of our best attempts at just getting this repeater or power plugged in. And here you can see directly from grabbing it, we get it in about a minute, and so just much better than our previous attempt. But then we proceeded to go to the irrigation system and not be able to succeed, and so that prompted the swap of order. But here we line it up after a couple of attempts, and it takes like 10 more seconds from here, and we're just in there super quick. We extend, beautiful. We are able to just like sort of let go, retract our claw, and move on with our life, which is super nice. And then here I cut some of the lining us up, but this is our first sort of up-down attempt to go grab the knob on the irrigation thing, and we grab it and we start rotating, and we don't get a full 360, but just to show how much more consistent we potentially could be. And yeah, thanks for checking it out. This has been our video for the year, and we're excited to see everyone at competition. It's always a wonderful time.